for joining us. This is the Signature TV News Update. I am Brenda Etta. In the headlines, National Defense College Course 29 presents research paper to Chief of Army Staff. Court of Appeal sitting in Calabar sacks Cross River Senator. Work to resume on East-West Road as federal government releases 2.5 billion naira for compensation. And now the details. Participants of Course 29 of the National Defense College have paid a courtesy visit to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya. The visit was to present a research paper to the Army staff. The Commandant National Defense College, Rear Admiral Oladele Daji, who led the delegates, college staff, directors and members, said the research was a yearly activity undertaken by participants of the school.
The Commandant National Defense College, who led the participants to Army headquarters, said the course participants assembled in September 2020 to choose the research topic, which was on pandemic and national security, implication for the Nigerian Army in 2030.
The paper is written by the course participants, and this year the topic that they research upon is titled Pandemics and National Security, Implications for the Nigerian Army by year 2030. One distinguishing feature of this year's research is the adoption of the future perspective research methodology in carrying out the research. This is a strategic tool to analyze pressing problems in the service with a view to developing possible scenarios and problems with a view to finding out possible outcomes for the future.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, who received the Commandant and the participants, assured that the service will incorporate the work and recommendations of the research work into the Nigerian Army.
I want to commend once again the Commandant, Deputy Commandant, member of the faculty and Army participant at National Defense College for a job well done, and their paper is well appreciated. And as they are passing out on 13th of August, we will also look at critical areas that require research of this magnitude and give our topic to the Commandant or to the college so that it can be researched and be presented at the end of the next course.
Colonel C. Ochimana, who gave the vote of thanks on behalf of the participants, said they are optimistic that the paper will help achieve its desired expectation and improve the service.
It is hoped that the recommendations profiled in this paper may desired expectations. We believe that if implemented, they will assist the Nigerian Army to improve its healthcare capacity for providing effective support to the national effort in the management of pandemics. On behalf of the Commandant of the National Defense College, Rear Admiral Obidaji, the entire college community, I want to sincerely thank the Chief of Army Staff for providing us with such an indescribable, favorable disposition to contribute a small quota to the transformative work.
The National Defense College paper presentation is an annual event at which participants of the college present a research work undertaken in the course of their study to further improve the service. The current Course 29 participants of National Defense College will be passing out on the 13th of August 2021. In Abuja, Marvelous Obomman for Signature TV.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Calabar has sacked Senator Ode, senator representing Cross River North, and has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to withdraw the certificate of return it issued to Ode. There has been a legal battle between the camp of Stephen Ode, sponsored by the state governor, and that of Jarigbe Agam, backed by core PDP camp, which had a face-off with the governor. On Friday, the court upheld the decision of the Abuja High Court, which declared Agam as the validly nominated candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the said election. Justice Choma Nwosu of the Appeal Court, in her judgment, said Jaribe Agam Jaribe was nominated as a candidate of the party based on the ruling of the High Court, which judgment was upheld by the Supreme Court. The federal government has released 2.5 billion naira for the payment of compensation to property owners of the East-West Road for the commencement of work on Section 3 of the road that has been barricaded by protesting youth. The Niger Delta Affairs Minister, Godswill Akpabio, who made the disclosure late Thursday night, appealed to the aggrieved Niger Delta youths to vacate the road to enable contractors begin work. The minister made the appeal in Abuja after a meeting with contractors handling different sections of the road. Ogoni youths protesting the abandonment of the LMS section of the East-West Road in Rivers State were on Thursday seen playing lawn tennis and football on the road and vowed to continue the blockade of the major road that leads to the Onne Port, the Port Harcourt refinery, other factories and companies until the government showed seriousness to rehabilitate the road. The police in Kaduna State have arrested an alleged gun runner and 2 armed robbery suspects in the state. This is contained in a statement issued by the command's public relations officer, Mohammed Jalige, on Friday in Kaduna State. Jalige said that the operatives of the Kaduna Police attached to Kafanchan Divisional Headquarters on July 28 at about 4 p.m. acted on reliable information from a Good Samaritan and stopped an Opel Vectra vehicle, and a careful search of the suspicious vehicle was conducted, recovering an AK-47 rifle and 2 packets of 12-gauge shotgun shells that were criminally concealed in the engine compartment of the car. Jalige also said the 2 suspected armed robbery and car-snatching syndicate were also arrested and investigations are ongoing as the suspects have provided useful information to the police that will facilitate further breakthroughs. Jalige solicited for support from the public in the area of intelligence and prompt report of suspicious activities to the nearest security outfit to enable it nip all forms of criminality in the bud. National Presidents, Colleges of Education, Academic Staff Union, COASU, Dr. Smato Duanyo Olugbeko, said that Abia State government owes lecturer at the state-owned College of Education 31-month salary as of July 2021. Olugbeko also spoke while delivering his inaugural speech at the National Delegates Congress on the Union in Abuja on Thursday, said the workers of Abia State College of Education, Arochukwu, have not received salary for 31 months, while those of the defunct Edo State College of Education, Ekiadolo, are being owed salary of many months. Olugbeko, also describing the developments as unacceptable, said his administration will explore measures to enable that state-owing members of the union pay them to mitigate the suffering of lecturers. A 43-year-old panel beater, Ikenna Okenke, on Friday appeared before a Badagry Magistrate Court for allegedly threatening the life of his client. The police charged Okeke with threats to life and breach of public peace, of which the defendant pleaded not guilty. The prosecution counsel, Ayodele Adeosun, told the court that the defendant committed the offense on January 2 at the People's Bus Stop at Jangbadi area of Lagos, and said the defendant conducted himself in a manner likely to cause breach of peace by refusing to work on a truck belonging to the complainant, Osita Ozugbo. The prosecution said because of this, the Lagos State Task Force on Environmental and Special Offense Unit seized and auctioned the truck and said the offense contravened the provisions of sections 168 and 56 of the Criminal Law of Lagos 2015. The Chief Magistrate, Lazarus Otekpo, admitted the defendant to bail with a sum of 100,000 with 2 sureties in like sum and adjourned the case until August 25 for mention. In business, Dangote Cement PLC, Africa's largest producer of the building material, posted record revenue in the first half of the year as demand revived at home in Nigeria and across the continent with the easing of COVID-19 restrictions. Dangote Cement said in a statement on Friday that the net income at the company controlled by Dangote surged 50% to 191 from 126 billion naira a year earlier, and the revenue rose 44.8 to an unprecedented 690.5 billion, which is the biggest jump since at least 2012, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Sub-Saharan Africa is poised to expand 4.1% next year, according to the International Monetary Fund, as economies recover from the pandemic. That may boost demand for construction materials as countries invest in building roads, ports, power plants to revive their economies. Nigeria is planning to spend $5.6 billion to support Africa's largest economy. On the foreign scene, monsoon floods and landslides have cut off more than 300,000 people in villages across southeast Bangladesh and killed at least 20 people, including 6 Rohingya refugees, on Friday. The region along the Bangladesh-Myanmar border, where nearly 1 million Rohingya refugees from Myanmar are in camps, have been battered by torrential rain since Monday. The district administrator, Mamuna Rashid, said the floods have stranded some 306 people in Cox's Bazar district, and at least 70 villages have been submerged by floods. He also stated that at least 20 people have died in floods and landslides, including 6 Rohingya refugees, with 36,000 people moved into schools and cyclone shelters. Earlier this week, Bangladesh evacuated 10,000 Rohingya from around refugee camps in Cox's Bazar because of the storms, and the aid workers said the coronavirus lockdown in the camps, following a major spike in cases, have affected rescue work as access is restricted. In sports, Team Nigeria's duo of Blessing Okagbare and Grace Nwokocha on Friday qualified for the semi-finals of the women's 100 meters event at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Okagbare, who is the reigning Nigerian record holder in both the 100-meter and 200-meter, finished first in her heat in 11.05 seconds to advance. Okagbare, who ran from lane 7, was pitched against British female sensation Asha Phillip in heat 6 of the event's round 1, who ran 11.31 seconds to finish second. Bahamian sprinter Tanya Gaither came third in 11.34 seconds to claim the last qualification spots among 7 other athletes who also competed in the heat. Also, it was good news for Nigeria's home-based sensation Grace Nwokocha, who finished third with a personal best of 11.00 seconds at the Tokyo Olympic Stadium. Okagbare is leading a team of 12 Nigerian athletes to compete for honors in the track and fields events of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. Participants of Course 29 of the National Defense College paid courtesy visit to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, and presented a research paper. The Court of Appeal sitting in Calabar has sacked Stephen Ode, Senator representing Cross River North, and has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to withdraw the certificate of return it issued to Ode. Federal government has released 2.5 billion naira for the payment of compensation to property owners on the east-west road for the commencement of work on Section 3 of the road that had been barricaded by protesting youths. Safety and security begin with you. Be patriotic. Report any suspicious activity to law enforcement agencies. Please stay safe. That's the Signature TV News Updates. On behalf of my producer, Anita Eze, I am Brenda Etta. Thanks for watching.